Hey, tribe. Dawna here from Transformational Healing, and we are doing our Sunday live stream in which it's just a little spiritual check in to see how everyone is doing and to answer questions that you have. Every week, I do put up a post in our Transformational Healing Tribe Facebook group, which asks if there's anything that you'd like to chit chat about in the live stream. And so this week's question was about how to keep your intention or how to focus on your intention when you're doing craft work. So, someone is doing just regular crafting type things and they want to be able to add crafts in. Actually, I'm going to open it. Let's see. So it says, I've been doing a lot better this week and I'm painting again and working through months of overdue mending projects. I'd like to be putting magic into my projects, but I get so focused on what I'm doing that I forget all about the intention. Any tips on helping keep my awareness and intentions while crafting? So I thought that was a great start off point to chit chat about how to add spiritual intention to crafts that you may be working on. So, for me, if it's a craft that I am working on and it's just a regular craft, like um, my uh, my scarf over here, yeah, I forgot what that was, that I'm crocheting. I'll work on that at night, but I'm working on it in front of the TV. So, although I do have some intention that I am putting into this, and I'll get to that in a couple minutes, um, I'm also working in front of the TV. So, you're really not focusing on that. So, one of the things is if you really, really want to have intention put into something that you are creating, is to not have those other distractions. So, you don't want to be streaming YouTube or streaming something on Netflix and binge watching something if you are working on your craft. But you could put on some music that will help you to put that intention and that focus into your craft. You could put things around you, like lighting a candle that you will keep seeing, and the candle can remind you of that intention, or have words out in front of you for what that intention is to help keep that focus on your craft. Now, how I do that with my scarf that I've been working on is I do it through numerology. So, um, to me, I was making this for um, bringing in happiness and reminding me to, although I am working, reminding me to play and reminding me to have fun. So I went with a theme of threes. So each one of these is three in every stitch. There's six of them going across, six sets of three. And when you do double crochet, which is what this is, every time you go up, you are going to crochet three, and then you're going to put, three of those in each space. So as it goes across, I had the theme of threes that I'm working on in my craft. So reminding me to be like the Three of Cups and to play and party and to put fun things into everything that I do. And I forgot to turn off my sound on my phone. That'd be good. um, and also the um, Three of Wands is about setting out on that new creative journey. And the Three of Pentacles or coins is about working your craft and doing what you love and craftsmanship and perfecting what you are working on. And then you have the Three of Swords, of course, which is the three swords in the heart. But that can also remind you to do everything with love. And that sometimes, even when you're hurt, that you can still have compassion and love for others. So to me, the threes are all about doing what you love, creating what you love, manifesting what you love, and enjoying it and partying while you are doing that. So I don't know, for me, threes was, that sort of choice. Also, a little tiny bit to do with Hakate and the triple crossroad versus the four crossroads, to be staking out and weaving the web of what you want to bring into your life. So that's how I kind of keep myself on track with my crafting. But we are also here to answer whatever other questions that you guys may have. I don't really see anyone on the live right now, but as you are watching this on the replay, make sure that you can pop questions in, and I will answer those questions below in the comments. And then sometimes we actually talk about that on the next Sunday live chat as well. So, and we usually chit chat about what teas we are having. So I made this wonderful bliss tea, and there'll be a video coming out about that sometime soon. I created the video, but I'm going to create a couple more teas and actually do a launch of the teas. So it may be a couple more weeks before I can actually put that video out so that it actually fits with the launch, so you guys know what's going on. But this tea is for bliss, and I thought that was appropriate for today. And Sadia is here. She's saying hello, Sadia. I hope that you're having a safe journey today. And I know you can't chit chat. I think that she said that she is traveling, so she might not be able to chat with us, but she checked in earlier. So the bliss tea is hibiscus and rose and jasmine flowers with some damiana. And it's very scrumptious, and it does exactly what I wanted it to do with just a tiny little bit of honey. So that will be available coming soon. Little early teas for you guys. I'm working on some other tea blends as well. You got a little hint of that in my last video that went up on Tuesday, about getting your creativity back, because I was just starting to fall into that little tiny bit of a slump. So that's why I've been working on my scarf to keep that creative mindset, and starting to do a bunch of spring cleaning to get all of those creative vibes going back, and working on that. So yeah, this tea is a little flowery, but also a little citrusy, and has this like nice deep earthy undertone when you add just a little bit of honey to it. So it's scrumptious. Mm-mm. So yeah, just a little bit of tart, but the tart with the flowers and then the earthy undertone, it is really, really nice. So trying to think of other ways to help you to get into that creative mode and to focus. So writing down your affirmations and your affirmation cards, or putting that out in front of you when you're working on your craft, would really help. And I think that more than anything, what she said is that she gets so focused on working on her mending project. So if you start to get really focused when you're doing something like that, if that is your intention, you can also use those types of repetitive crafts to actually enter trance state. So, like thinking of, weaving at the loom, and drop spinning and things like that. All those types of crafts, we used to sit around and craft in front of the fireplace and just chill and trance out. And um, sometimes that's a good thing too. It can become meditative and help you to focus on what you're doing if you can just keep that intention just there and have those things around, have the candle lit, and not be streaming a show that is distracting you. um, have music that will help you focus. All of those things really will work to help you even if you're entering a trance state. And perhaps it's a way of you getting into a slightly different mindset and being able to shift that mindset to help you to get some insight into yourself with what's going on as well. So I know that you guys aren't used to seeing me do lives just in the house. So I had the opportunity to do that today, and I thought I was going to take full advantage of it. So you can see, basically, you guys are here on my desk where I work all the time, and just the house around me. Almost everyone in the house is out today, so they've decided that I could do my live right here. But the other topic that I wanted to talk about today, because our theme for the week that starts, today, tomorrow, is all about spiritual cleansing. So there are lots of videos on the channel, of course, about cleansing and cleansing yourself by taking spiritual baths and purifying your energy field and your energy around you, and helping you to take showers and think about letting all that negativity wash down the drain when you take a shower. Because I think that's really important to work on your energy and to work on keeping yourself cleansed and cleared for when you're approaching spiritual things. Um, Another thing that can help even with crafts is to make sure that you've gotten yourself into that spiritual mindset. So if you need to do a spiritual shower, a cleansing shower before you start working on that craft project, because you need to be in a more pure energy or a pure state of mind, something like that can help. So whether that is smudging, um, which I know the word smudging has all kinds of connotations from it, but my tradition that I am trained in, I was actually trained in that um, way of doing things, and to do the full smudging ritual and how it all works. And I tend to use white sage and cedar, and sometimes I put sweetgrass in with my smudge, or sometimes I use it just after my smudge. There are different types of sage. Sometimes I'll use a desert sage for a little bit more of a female aspect of smudging, a little more caring, a little more loving intention, I feel, with the desert or the Shasta sage. It has just that little more energy to it. But a lot of people think that smudging actually, or using just white sage, actually gets rid of negativity. And in my trainings, I know there's lots of different beliefs, and I suppose it's the intention that you have behind those beliefs. But in my training, all that the sage does is actually break up the negativity. It doesn't actually cleanse it from the space. So that's why we use something like cedar with it, because the cedar can ground out the energy. And pulls it down to the earth and pulls it away. So the sage breaks it up and the cedar pulls it down. And then we use the sweetgrass, because I tell you all the time that it's important to fill up the space with something sweet. So you could add something like lavender to fill that space up with sweetness as well. You don't have to use sweetgrass. A lot of people use mugwort to smudge with, or they'll use juniper or rosemary. Rosemary is great to cleanse and clear a space. So there's so many different ways that you can use items that you are burning, agabati, to cleanse and clear a space. It all just has to do with your intention. And the intention, like with the craft, is the most important piece. What you're using for a tool to remind you of that intention, to help you focus that intention, is not actually as important as the intention itself. And so that's really important to keep in mind when you're doing all these things. Um, you can also cleanse and clear your space or your house when you're doing your regular cleaning. We're talking about, um, spring cleaning and all of those sorts of energies. And I mean, when I cleanse and when I clean the house, I'm always focusing on spiritual cleansing as well. So if you're sweeping the floors, you're sweeping all the negativity out of the house and throwing it away. Um, when I wash the floors, I always add, I keep looking at my kitchen because, that's where I keep putting, that's where I do a lot of my cleaning and prep. So when you wash the floors, I add a little bit of the anil blue powder to brighten the energy, and maybe a little bit of Florida water to the wash that I'm using, for being able to set up that energy clearing as well as cleansing. So as you're washing walls and washing floors or cleaning the bathroom, you're adding that spiritual cleansing to it as well. And being aware of your intention while you're doing that. So you also aren't, like, oh, I hate to clean. And you can, love cleaning your house because you're adding that spiritual cleansing to it as well. And you put on some awesome music and you cleanse and you clear, and you just get all that energy, moving in the house. And then you fill it with love because you're dancing around and you have music going. And then you have to add in that positive stuff. So are you going to use something like that citrus, my liquid sunshine spray, or some floral scents, or burn something wonderful, like burning a really nice incense, or putting something in your diffuser? So when I use all of the herbs and the aromatherapy and stuff, I literally use these things almost every day in my house and my personal body for different herbal teas that I'll drink, and different things that I do to do things with intention. So I'm hoping that will give you a little bit of spark and give you some ideas. There are, like I said, tons of videos on the channel about spiritual cleansing and spring cleaning, and how to bring in all of those good energies. We talked about when you had someone asked about having roommates and them wanting to protect just their personal space in the house, and I suggested cedarwood oil. Well, that goes along with that smudging because it will protect and ground out all that negative energy that may be coming towards your bedroom door if you're having problems with a roommate. And that's why I tend to do that. So Sadia is enjoying the information, and she said that's a beautiful den. I think that's what it says. Yes, beautiful den. This is actually where I'm sitting in right now, is the dining room, and the space you see behind us is actually the living room. But we use this dining room more as an office and a den than we do for anything else. It has all our cabinets for our office work in it. and you're getting a massive glare from the sun coming in from the window back there. But this is our one of our largest altar spaces, and you can kind of see if I move to the side. That cabinet back there is actually filled with crystals. That's our crystal display. So, and then there's other cabinets around. But yep, this is where I spend a lot of my day. Anytime I'm working and I'm working computer work, I am typically sitting right here. What you can't see is that all up in front, just above where the camera is. And I think I've done some screenshots of it before for some other videos that I've done, is my altar to remind myself of why I do what I do. So it's covered with some random artworks from the kids and pictures of loved ones and trinkets. The kids call it my Yandu dashboard. I'm pretty sure that's what they usually call it. So it's all sorts of things that remind me of love and happiness and the work that I do and things like that. Things that bring me joy. Keep a whole little shelf of them in front of me. So, and that's how we keep that intention. That's how we keep intention for what we're doing on a regular basis, is to surround yourself with things that bring you joy. So in last week's video on Tuesday about creativity, we were in my downstairs office where I do herbal and aromatherapy things and put together all of the items and stuff. And I also shared the bulletin board down there is also surrounded by lots of things that bring me happy thoughts. And the Freya altar is beautiful down there that I set up. So if you missed that video, you should definitely go check it out. I think that Freya is very happy in her space. She's been getting bliss tea almost every day. I think I'm going to have to make a new batch because I keep drinking it. It's that good. So, yeah. But if you guys have any questions, make sure that you pop them in the comments below if you're watching this on the replay. And to Rachel, who asked that question in the Facebook group, I hope that I answered your question about being able to focus intention on your creativity in your crafts that you're doing. And there is so many other ways that you can add, numerology and intention to your crafts to help you along the way. And I know that with a lot of your mending projects that you're working on, you're doing all kinds of like embroidery stitches and things like that to creatively do mending. And there's so much that you could be doing with numbers and numerology and things like that to make your projects a little more witchy. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be embroidering something witchy on something in order for it to be witchy. Things can be hidden. Symbology is hidden everywhere. So it can mean something to you and look like something completely different. So I hope that that really helps you out and helps you to focus on some stuff. And other than that, if you guys have any cleansing questions, that sort of thing, be sure to drop them in the comments and I'll get to that. And if you are still around watching this on the replay, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button, and it will help to get this video out to other people. There's tons of free resources that you can find both here on YouTube and over on my website. So if you go to Transformational Healing by Dawna, it's Dawna, just like it's spelled on this channel, .com/tribe, you will get tons and tons of resources available to you. There's also a resource page that has all sorts of free PDFs for protecting your home and bringing in prosperity and manifestation. And then there's the web shop itself, which has all sorts of supplies, spiritual supplies, herbs, aromatherapy, herbal teas, um, different types of sprays and magical goods, tons of used or previously owned, I should say, spiritual books. There'll be some tarot and oracle going up soon, and all kinds of really cool vintage altar items that we've been getting in, as well as my classes and things like that. So I hope that you have a blessed day, and I hope that you are able to craft with intention and that you are enjoying your break, because these self care Sundays are a great way to just sit and work on your crafts and have some tea and chit chat about spiritual things that are witchy and kind of witchy, but they are mindful and filled with intention to try to give yourself some intentional self care time. So many blessings, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Enjoy your days.